Hello and welcome to a new video by Yes and Explore. If you remember from last video, we stayed at the Hotel G in Singapore. If you haven't seen it yet, click in the link in the description box to see our review. We spent a total of 2 days in Singapore and enjoyed the sights and the food a lot. Unfortunately, our travel budget did not enjoy it as much as we did. So it was time for us to leave this wonderful tropical city behind us and head to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We decided to travel in style and booked a VIP bus to take us there. Now for our trip to Kuala Lumpur with Transtar Travel Luxury bus. We started our trip from the Golden Mile complex. That's where you get up and in the bus. So when you enter the bus, you can have a choice to sit on the lower deck or the upper deck, and we chose the upper deck, because then you at least have a view of everything. And I don't think anybody was sitting in the lower deck anyway, and the bus wasn't completely sold out. So it was nice. It was a comfortable, easygoing, not too many people ride. And the funny thing is, you can even reserve 3 almost private seats in the back, where you could even close off the little window thing in the front, where you can have almost full privacy. But yeah, we chose some of the middle seats because we know out of experience when you take the front seat, it's going to be super hot when the sun is shining in your face. So the seat itself it's quite it's a large seat, especially for me as a big man. You can easily sit in the seat. You have electricity next to your feet. You have a monitor where you can watch movies, audio, and all kinds of stuff. And you can incline, decline, plus a massage function, which is quite good. It was a nice massage function. I mean, it could be stronger, yes, but it was a really nice function they had. And this fold-out table is very important because we're going to get some food that you will also see later. And spoiler alert, it was delicious. With the screen, you could also order some things from the lady that well, actually, the lady just came when we crossed the border into Malaysia. She didn't come before, so first you will just had to wait until she was there. And the screen itself, it has all the kinds of movies. It's not the newest kind of movies, but it was nice for the few hours we were in the bus. You can even listen to some music, and they had some books, but they were literally 2 books. That was it, just 2 books. And if you want, you can even play some games, which we did. It was fun. Leaving Singapore, it was a nice experience because you could see from the bus, you could see the whole of Singapore, like the big Ferris wheel they have. But you could also see the super tree grove again, of one of our favorite spots, especially in the evening. And you could see the Marina Bay Sands. We thought about going to the Marina Bay Sands until we saw the price tag. We chose to stay at the G Hotel, as some of you might know in our previous video, and we totally recommend that because it's still central, close to the subway, and it's not that expensive. We walked into the Marina Bay and we thought, it's nice, but I'd rather spend our money on food than spend it in a hotel room, which we almost didn't even use, just to sleep in. So here you can see the bridge connecting Singapore with the mainland. So when you're crossing this bridge from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, you will reach first the customs, of course. You will have 2 stops. One stop is at the customs when you leave Singapore, and one stop is for entering Kuala Lumpur. And it was the first stop was a little bit busy, but I can imagine in high season you have to wait a long time. We didn't have to wait that long. It was nice. They didn't even ask any question. They saw our passport, they're like, oh yeah, go through. We're like, okay. And here we also had a little bit of a Coca-Cola meltdown because one of the bottles started leaking. And then we sprayed Coke all over the bus driver. At first we thought he wasn't happy, but he found it very funny at the end, and we said sorry and it was okay. So the Coca-Cola meltdown was not so much of a meltdown, but it was just, it happens. When you move stuff, it can break. The bus driver was really friendly and helpful, and he even helped us always with the luggage, and I think that's part of the service they offer at the luxury bus tour. Honestly, driving from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur is really nice because you can see all the nature and the mountains and the palm trees, but also just local life, which is nice to see. And especially when you're sitting in a very comfortable seat, it's the best. So once the lady joined us from when we crossed the border to Malaysia, she offered us food. There came drinks like coffee or tea, and you get some water. So anything you needed, and also, of course, a blanket. But the food was delicious, actually. I didn't expect the food to be this good. You know, you had the small noodles, you had some fried fish with a spicy sauce, and you had a spring roll. And of course, the fish wasn't that crunchy anymore, but the flavor was still there. I mean, it was juicy and it was really nice. And after food, I needed rest. I needed a good sleep. Laura filmed me. I didn't even know. We also had some stops, which were very nice. I think we had 2 stops in total, just the bathroom break, and you could buy some food at the road. But keep in mind, you need cash money though. At all of our stops, you could only pay with cash in this instance, even though the rest of Malaysia you can pay with Grab Pay or credit card or whatever. But these stops, we needed cash, so that's a tip we can give you. One of the advantages of entering with the bus also is you can see the beautiful skyline of Kuala Lumpur when you're entering. Of course, on good weather, because the weather was okay that day. So we could see the beautiful skyline, the Twin Towers, the newly built tower, and of course, just the whole of Kuala Lumpur, which is beautiful. So we've arrived. The stop should be Berjaya Times Square. We thought it was a stop at the office because the office is like next to Berjaya Times Square. So we just stopped for a second to let off the lady that worked. And then we got off at Berjaya Times Square. It's one of the biggest malls in Kuala Lumpur, I guess. And they have like a big amusement park inside and like a million floors going up. But that's for another time. Thank you for watching. And our next video will be the review of a hotel in Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur. And it's a good one, I'll guarantee that. So if you want to see more of us, don't forget to subscribe to Yes and Explore.
Thank you.
Thanks again, and bye!